Hi, welcome to our booth. I'm Prateek Raja from Experimenter. We are showing a group of artists from our program. Behind me is a body of work by Sohrab, Hura, who's primarily known as a photographer, but he's been really working on these series of pastel drawings on paper, which are called things felt but not quite expressed. It's a body of work that is rooted to close relationships of family and friendships, and is rooted to care and love and a familial environment. There is a lot of connections between his photographic work and these works, but they're really a fresh take into image making in a way for him. I feel it this way. The works themselves have very interesting titles. Like the work you're looking at right now is called Sunday Mornings, and it's really the work. If you pan down to the work on the bottom, the dog with the which is called Sudden Bout of Love Before a Bath, and there are really reflections on personal relationships, on life, on tenderness and care, and also the living the artist's life around him and his friends and the animals that inhabit his environment, the dogs and the cats, and his experiences, a loss of a family member. It's really a kind of a range of image bank, in a way you can think of, a way of thinking of life from images. But it also is biographical in a way because it reflects a certain kind of a thinking, a kind of for example, this work on the inside corner of the booth is called School Days, and Sohrab says anyone who has had braces in their school life will remember this feeling. It's really a close-up of the face, but it could be that feeling that he's trying to really bring forward. To move on to another work over there by Kanishka Raja, who was a painter, and this body is called Control. It's from his Control series. Control is an exploration of really lines of control. This entire work is woven, and if you come close, you'll be able to see the texture and the details of how the piece has been made. It's double weft cotton thread, and the artist used to make drawings and then have these woven in handlooms in Bengal. And the interesting aspect of it was that he's interested in the aspects of control within his own practice as a painter who would paint these works and then give the control to the weaver to be able to weave these final works, and at the same time think about how controlled an action of weaving is. It's a very controlled, very measured, very calculated system of making. But the lines itself are like lines of control, and then think about lines of control as a way of demarcating borders, and there are rules, and specific rules mean specific things. For example, if you look at the details of these, you'll see there are references to sports fields like football pitches or basketball courts, which define certain rules and exclusion of rules in a way, and also references to languages. These are also references to Indian scripts at some points. And this is an early work from this body of work. He made a few works in textile. He was primarily a painter, and he was also interested in the translation of the painted object and its weaving by a weaver. And it's interesting that this hierarchy of high art and low art is something that he was, or high art and craft, was something that he was questioning. It's also a way of him questioning the politics of such things. And then we'll head over to the end of the booth, which is a body of photographs by Soumya Bose, who's which is a new body of work, and he's essentially known for making images that are reference that can occupy a wide range of, like a wide arc of time. For the first time, he's actually looking into a personal history and a personal story, and a lot of his work is staged, rooted in reality, but then created out of staging the photographs and kind of retelling of stories. Usually, stories that are under exposed or underspoken, or things that have a certain kind of intrinsic value in memory, and to think of memory as a way of looking at the past, also to understand the current. This story is basically rooted in his artist's mother, the artist's mother, Shomo's mother, who went missing for about 3 years when she was 9 years old in the 1970s, much before Shomo was there. So it's a retelling of her story, but actually the story of from the point of view of his grandfather who went searching for his mother. The work is also rooted in a 360-degree film, which is a VR non-animated feature-length film, which we had on display here in the booth. And the 360 film allows a certain kind of viewing of the work. And this, in fact, what you're looking at right now is the final scene of the film, where you realize that you become a kind of a viewer yourself, and someone is viewing you, and there's a certain kind of a chasing of a spirit, or something that the essence of what remains in the memory of someone who's you really can't tell the whole story in full. So it's an interesting approach to the photographic medium, and it's a way for the artist to question the boundaries of photography, but also to question how viewer audiences view the work in person through the VR film and the photographs together. So it's really it's an interesting way to see how a young photographer like Shomo is pushing the boundaries of photography and also the medium. He recently won the Hello Award for the Emerging Artist of the Year award. I think it's an important recognition because it's a way to acknowledge a new generation of image making and challenging the medium. So yeah, that's the highlights from the booth. Thank you so much, and thank you, Mash, for having us on your feed.